Hey everyone, welcome to my walkthrough of the solution for the third question in SQL 50. This is question 595, big countries. I'm going to be showing you the way you go about solving this question, as well as walking you through the solution with my framework that I've gone over previously. If you want a more detailed explanation of this framework, I suggest you check out the first episode in this playlist. That was the solution for the first problem in SQL 50. Otherwise, let's jump right into it. A country is big if it has an area of at least 3 million people, i.e. 3 with 6 zeros, kilometers squared, or it has a population of at least 25 million, i.e. 25 with 6 zeros, right? Write a solution to find the name, population, area of the big countries, return the result table in any order. This tells us we don't need to do any filtering after we solve the question. The result format is in the following example, right? Here it tells us the name is the primary key. And yeah, so in this example below, it kind of gives us a visualization of what the solution will look like, right? And this is pretty standard for all SQL questions on LeetCode. However, in an interview, you might not get a visual example like this. However, I think when you're practicing and solving these questions, I think it's actually good to take a look at these. It kind of helps build that intuition of what solutions will look like. So yeah, as the question depicted, we have the name, population, area of the big countries, quote unquote. And yeah, so let's get started on writing out the solution. So applying the methodology, identify what we need to solve the problem. We need name, population, and area. See if we have the information we're looking for. Yeah, these are just 3 columns in our world table, and we can go ahead and get started, right? So we're going to use a select, which is just a standard way, obviously, of getting the columns you need from a SQL table. We're going to be selecting name, population, and area. And since we have the information we're looking for, we're going to be taking it from the world table. Cool. Let's get to the second part of this question. We need to find the big countries only, right? So similar to the previous 2 questions, we're going to be using a where, just the way of filtering on sorting column values in a SQL query, right? Where, let's start with the area, right? Where area is greater than or equal to, because it says at least. So if it was exactly 3 million, it'd be okay. And we can just go ahead and copy this number just so I don't make any typos with how many zeros we need, right? So let's just be 6 zeros, but yeah, where area is greater than or equal to 3 million. And then it kind of actually explicitly tells us in the question that we're going to be using an or. It might also say something like that or either, or the 2 optional conditions, something like that. But in this case, it just makes it simple for us and gives us that we're going to be using an or the population is at least 25 million. So population greater than or equal to 25, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for 6 zeros. And yeah, I think that should be the solution for this question. So let's go ahead and run this query. And then in fact did pass this example that we were given, and we can go ahead and submit it. And that solution worked. Great. So I hope you guys enjoyed the explanation for this question. This is one of the last questions in the subsection of SQL 50, which is for simple selects. And so yeah, as we progress, we'll be going through more complicated problems, but this one is applying some very similar concepts to the previous 2. But like I always say, it's really, really important to get these simpler concepts down so that once you get to bigger questions, you're not struggling on these small fundamentals. You're just focused on finding what you need to get that solution. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the explanation. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I'll be going through more questions in SQL 50. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.